Welcome to the Tiny Stove and the Ninja. Today we'll dive into part 3 of our cookie series, the Snickerdoodle. Experience the timeless allure of this cinnamon kiss masterpiece that marries buttery bliss with a hint of spice. Are you ready for this classic cookie? Nostalgia, here we come. Let's go. 3 cups of all-purpose flour. Then we'll add 1½ teaspoon of baking soda, followed by 1 tablespoon of cream of tartar and ½ teaspoon of salt. Whisk it. You can see I have my very famous tiny whisk. Make sure it's all combined. And then we'll set it to the side. In a large mixing bowl, take 2 sticks of softened room temperature butter. Add in 3/4 cup of sugar, 1 cup of brown sugar. And then you just whip that together. It'll take some time. Give it about 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. But as you continue to mix it and be patient, well, we'll see what it'll look like in just a little bit. While we're waiting, let's separate 3 room temperature eggs into a bowl or another container. So that's 2, and there's 3. Followed up by 1 tablespoon of good quality vanilla. And now we're back. You see in our mixer how it's starting to cream together nicely, whipping air into it. We're about at the 3-minute mark here. Now let's add in the eggs and the vanilla. You're going to give that about the same amount of time because you want to whip all of this together. And as you see fit, you want to make sure to really stop the machine and scrape the sides of the bowl. You see how it lightened in color? This is what we're aiming for, this consistency. But after we've reached this point, we're going to add in our flour mixture. So you can add it all in at once. But don't turn on your mixer at full speed because then flour would go everywhere. You'll just mix it until it's combined. And now patience comes in again. Now we'll take this mixture and we'll cover it with plastic wrap and we'll let it rest in the fridge for at least 30 minutes. And while it's resting in the fridge, now add a ½ cup of sugar and a tablespoon of cinnamon. Maybe you like spice, like cinnamon, just like I do. Get your famous tiny whisk and you'll whisk it together. But I don't think that's the right color. I like seeing a little bit more cinnamon on my Snickerdoodles. I think we can solve that right now. A little bit more. How about a little more? All right, now whisk that together and you'll set that to the side. We're done, we'll put that to the side. It's been a ½ hour. We pulled out our cookie dough mixture. Now it's time to form our cookie dough balls. And in order to do that, we can do it by spoon, but we can also do it by hand. Bringing out our cinnamon sugar mixture, you can put it in a small bowl like this and begin to roll it around with your fingers just till it's very well covered. And we'll always add more later, just in case. Or you can upgrade to a larger bowl, like this one. And when you put your cookie dough balls here, you can toss it around. Don't forget, this is a perfect time to preheat your oven to 375 degrees. And then we'll bake it for anywhere from 8 to 11 minutes. Be sure to check as ovens vary. So once we put our cookie dough right into a prepared oven, now we can see the finished product. So now here are our Snickerdoodles. They have a nice color. Now, sometimes I like cooking them a little bit more, but for this specific one, I wanted these to be a little bit more on the tender side. Some like them blonde, some like them crispier. Leave a comment down below. Which do you prefer? Soft and chewy, or a little bit crisper and still chewy? By adjusting your bake time by 3 to 5 minutes, you can get the crisper version. But you might be saying, well, what are we doing here? Well, we're turning it up to 11. This is cream cheese, butter, bourbon, vanilla, brown sugar, cinnamon, and the secret ingredient, which is not so secret, of love. You whip it together and then you refrigerate that. And this is going to be piped on those cookies. Let's see, are we going to be able to get a nice rose shape? I think that's pretty good. What do you think? Now we're going to sprinkle it with some of that additional cinnamon sugar mixture. Oh, if you have a sweet tooth, this is the one for you. But you can offset it just a little bit if you were to put some flake sea salt, Maldon salt on it. But now let's take a look at the interior. Just a little bit. Oh, ooh, that was close. You see how tender it is? Now that's a delicious cookie. You can pipe it any way you want. You can make it nice florets, you can make it flowery, you can make it a blob like the one in the upper right hand corner, or just have fun. Make sure that you have fun in the kitchen. Don't stress. Even though we eat with our eyes, we never should stop having fun in the kitchen. Learn to experiment, just like we're going to do right now with our Shaky B-roll. Can you see the differences in the cookies, the additional sugar and salt, cinnamon? You see the tender crumb of the Snickerdoodle? Well, you can make it for yourself, and I know you'll enjoy it. You see that nice tender crumb? You can enjoy it if you make this recipe. Be sure to check out part 1 and part 2 of our cookie series by clicking above. We'll see you next time on the Tiny Stove and the Ninja.